All right, we're starting this video off on the struggle bus. So, I know what you guys are saying. John, you mentioned something at the track. There was an issue with the cylinder head on BOOMHAUER, which is what we're doing right now. And what happened? So, I guess we'll give you a brief description of what happened. We'll tell you what we're going to do, and we're going to do it. And then tomorrow's video, we're going to take it up to TKM, just one cylinder head. I'm hoping one cylinder head is it. And then we should be good to go, put it back together. Just hopefully a quick repair that isn't too expensive, because this is 1000% avoidable. So pretty much what happened was someone over-tightened the spark plug and just knocked the threads completely out of the hole. So obviously a nitrous car, you're going to be changing spark plugs quite a bit. These spark plugs here, as you can see, they have a gasket on them.
Hold on. There we go.
So you see the gasket right there, and what is essentially like a crush washer. So as you tighten it in there, it's going to crush. So you have to tighten it down until it makes contact with the head, and then tighten a little bit more and it crushes and it makes a good seal. A lot of like factory style spark plugs, they're not like this. They don't have a washer on it, but we're working with the 10 heat range, so I think it's like 5 colder than factory, and they have a washer. You don't really find them without a washer. So we're used to them. We use these spark plugs on literally everything. We use 10s and 11s. We're up there in the horsepower range. On the nitrous stuff, we're gonna run a colder plug just to be a little bit safer, help dissipate some heat. So but what happens is when you put it in there, obviously it's an aluminum cylinder head, you have to be cautious of how tight you torque it. So over here, this is what I use, because I have a fear of this, and I use this little stubby wrench. I mean, literally you put your hand on it and your fingers are up here like where the socket is. So it's very, very difficult to strip one out. I mean, no matter how, like, you can really wrench down on it. You don't have any leverage. You don't have enough leverage. Well, when you put one like this, it doesn't take much.
You're like tripling the leverage.
It doesn't take much. It's an accident, obviously not intentional, but it comes at my expense. Didn't want to have to do it. I don't like repairing cylinder heads. I don't like repairing engine blocks. Not that they're not fine, but then it's just kind of like, it's kind of like getting a hip replacement. You know, you always know you have a hip replacement. So every time I go to change a spark plug in this hole, and be like, yeah.
Is that a shot at Phil?
That is a shot at Phil. Phil's got a fake hip. But I'm literally going to show you, for example, right now. I'm going to put this spark plug in here, and I'm going to tighten it down by hand. Now, mind you, these are used spark plugs, so the washer is crushed. I got dielectric grease on there, so it's not actually spinning as much as I'm trying. So I got my spark plug socket here. I'm going to grab a little extension and my spark plug socket ratcheting wrench, and I'm going to put this guy on there. All right, there it is. It's tight, right? Everything's all good and dandy. I mean, that's literally all it takes. That's like, I think 20 foot-pounds is all they recommend.
So literally just snug, just about.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand that this is not like
20 foot-pounds is barely like snug.
Yeah. So I knew there was an issue when I started putting this plug in, and it's got just like a lot of play in it, and I was like, well, that's weird. So obviously it's back here. It's in between. You know, that was a very easy plug to get to. There's not much there. So put this guy on there. You can see it's just like the plug is just like, I don't know if the hole's like wallered out, but it's not feeling too great right there. Definitely like tighter than just like you couldn't do it finger tight. And then
so it's just freely spinning at this point.
It tightened up. So the plug will never get tight. It just will not get tight. But yeah, I mean, this is heartbreaking at this point. So you can sit here and you can wrench on it, and the plug will never get tight. The plug's all the way in. It's got a bunch of play, like up and down, left and right. So it's not good. Now, as far as fixing it on the car, can you helicoil it? Maybe, I don't know. It's not like a race car where you only have like one tube and you can like get down and look right in it. you got to pull the head off. So that's what we have to do. It sucks. It's very upsetting to me because it's 100% avoidable. So take this out. I already took most of the wiring harness off, the Holley Terminator stuff. It's very easy. It's all plug and play, comes off. We got just one more line here for the NITROUS line, and then we'll probably take the purge off as well, the purge line. And the fuel lines are both cracked at the back, and then we're just gonna run down the intake, pop the whole intake off with the NITROUS system on there, and I'm gonna tighten this purge solenoid down because it had a leak on it before, and then we're gonna pull the head off. So not super crazy, but it's just shitty. All right, Wes, what do you want to do? Want to put the camera down? We'll tag team it together. We'll film a little time lapse. Got a couple of things to do here. We'll get the intake off. We'll take the valve cover off on this side, take the rocker arms off, push rods out, header off on this side. Everyone always asks what headers these are. I don't really know. They don't have a tag on them, but they look, I mean, they're nice stainless steel headers with a thick flange, so I assume that they're decent for, you know, a swap. And we'll get everything ready. We'll drain the radiator, and then we'll pop the head off. So I'd say 30 minutes worth of work. Bet. Time lapse coming up. All right, so Wes and I just got the intake off, as you can see, sitting right there. Actually, not too bad. Thankfully, there's a bunch of different little quick connects there for the wiring. So one of them had tape over it, the rest of them just popped off. And there's only three. You got one for the purge, one for the fuel, which we don't use anymore, and then one for the NITROUS. So we'll be able to figure out that stuff going back on. What we're going to do right now is we are going to take the header off, and we're going to take the valve cover off, take all the valve train, the rocker arms and push rods out, and then we'll literally have the head ready to go and just be unbolted and untorqued, and we'll pop that off, and then we're going to drain the radiator before we do that. I'm pretty sure, regardless, like I just changed oil in this, I'll drain the oil out before we fire it up again, because I'm pretty sure some coolant's going to get in there. Don't you agree? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's $40 oil change, Shell Rotella for the win, so we'll get that. I don't think I'm going to have to. I really hope I don't have to. It's only it's not a 6-bolt cylinder head or block. It's a factory block, so it's only got 4-bolt. So I think that I should be fine if I just unbolt it and kind of lay the header down. The steering column goes between the first two and the second two primaries there. So I don't want to have to take the steering shaft out. Sorry, steering shaft, not steering column. So I'm hoping to unbolt it and let it hang, and I'll still have enough room to get to it, and then we'll pop this head off. So a lot of work over a spark plug. Mm-hmm. That's why I said it sucks. I wasn't really looking forward to doing this. Wasn't on my agenda for a Monday evening at what time is it?
Like 11 probably.
But shout out to, look at my Milwaukee drawers. I mean, it's just loaded. We're ready to roll here. So. Wes gonna hit you with an update.
I'm gonna hit him with an update.
Hit him with an update.
So, we told you we got the intake off, and then we went ahead and we got the valve cover off, got all the rockers and push rods out, disassembled the header. What, gotta take the head off now, huh? After we get the coolant out?
Yeah, we're gonna drain the coolant out. This is as far as the header wants to go. Obviously it's still attached to the exhaust, but I think that's plenty enough room. It's off the head.
Pretty tight fit, but honestly, I didn't realize it was that tight.
It's pretty good.
Can you tilt the header back at all, you think?
I think if it's got the X pipe underneath it, so that's what's like holding it on. But I think that we could
work around that maybe.
I don't know.
That 1/2-inch Milwaukee ain't no joke.
No, it really isn't. Very important that you don't lose these. Oh, everyone's like, there's a detorque sequence. They can kiss my ass. All right, here's the truth. Am I gonna be able to get to all these? Shout out to Tyler for when he built this. They use head studs, which are pretty nice. All right, now here's the real test. Can I get to this guy? Damn it! I'm gonna be so mad if I gotta take the damn.
Can you use anything other than the big ass?
No, it's the.
Is it the socket that don't fit?
The header just like needs to go. See, the issue is it's attached to the X pipe. So it can't really go forward, but it needs to just move forward like a 1/4 inch, and then it'll be set. Oh wait, hold on now.
So, we've been fighting this shit for...
This is the typical, like, hour job that takes 4.
We've been fighting this, literally this one stud is what's keeping it from coming off because it's hitting this header, it's getting pinned. We took the exhaust off.
None of the Allen keys I got are the right damn size.
We took the exhaust off thinking that it would free it up, giving us more movement with the header, which it does. But it's literally that one thread, the head comes up all the way and it's like 2 threads from coming off and it just will not come off. So we're just going to take that last stud out because I think it'll clear all the rest of the studs, like no issue.
That one's fine.
I think honestly it's just the last one.
You think?
Yeah, I really think it is just the last one, yeah.
I think we need to pay more attention when we tighten spark plugs. This one's like hand tight. We beat the shit out of it so much.
The stud is?
Yeah. It's like it just got knocked senseless for 10 minutes.
It's like I'm trying to come out, I promise.
It's like, guys, what's the problem here?
Head studs to make, you know what, solid 500 horsepower.
700.
With the big jets. Oh, you're not even gonna give it a try before you take the other one off?
No. I'm not about it.
Are you gonna run to the brake boost?
If I do, I swear I'm literally gonna scream.
Look, it's closing in on it. Can't pull it out.
I just banged my funny bone too. It wasn't funny. No, honestly. God. It's time to throw a damn blanket over it and put some shit on the ground and call it a day. Alright. So we got the head off. That last hole is definitely stripped out. You can still get threads. Threads are barely on there. Other than that, we're going to take the head up to T-Cam tomorrow. He's going to look at it and yeah, hopefully we can get the head fixed and put it back on there in a day or two. Not looking forward to putting it back on there. It's a total pain in the ass coming off just because of the header. Other than that, it's going to wrap today's video. We're going to get BOOMHAUER fixed. We're going to race a little bit more, then we're going to give it away. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.